Good afternoon. Thank you so much for sticking around in this late day to come to our workshop. My name is Michele Carney. I am a pediatric emergency medicine faculty at the University of Michigan. We're just going to introduce the other facilitators so that you'll know in your group who can help facilitate the discussion. So, Ambrosya.
I'm Ambrosya Amlong.
I'm Sarah Tomlinson. I'm also a faculty in pediatric emergency medicine at the University of Michigan.
My name is Rama Salhi. I'm a rising PGY4 at the University of Michigan.
I'm Steve Psycho. I'm pediatric emergency medicine at Indiana University.
Hi, Robin Hemphill. I'm at VCU.
Okay. After we discuss a little bit about what positive leadership is, we're going to play a game. So then we'll have you guys get into groups of 4. But for right now, we'll just talk a little bit about positive leadership. It's not working. Yeah, except it's not working. Here you go. It's okay, Ambrosya. I'll just stay up here. Thank you. So we have no disclosures. That's okay. We have no disclosures. This game was actually developed by some people at the Ross Business School, and so we've used this game in our fellowship. Steve has used it in his fellowship, and we've given talks. It's a lot of fun and a great way to solve some problems. So our objectives are familiarity with different leadership roles to set the foundation for effective leadership by describing various key leadership theories, but our focus will be on positive leadership and understanding the positive leadership models, multipliers versus diminishers, application of positive leadership skills to each participant's skill at the end. So different leadership models, we have the great man theory leadership model, which is people were born to be leaders, natural born leaders. That's Alexander the Great, Abraham Lincoln. These people were just born to be great leaders. And then you have situational leaders like Churchill. Churchill was great in wartime, not so great in peacetime. Transformational leaders such as Martin Luther King Jr., and Bill Gates, people with a vision who then created that vision and made everybody else want to see that vision and work towards a common goal and creating what they envisioned together. So those are, and then the Toyota path theory, where you have a means to an end. What are you going to gain from working together? But it's more about the gain than the people being a team player and being working together as individuals. Oh, sorry. Let me have that. Just so I can stand on the side. So, positive leadership model, change the target to include others in your target. So positive leaders don't just change the people that they're leading, they change themselves. They do help them grow with using resources, but they also change themselves, and they give up control, and they become more trustworthy, and work as a team. So they are in the team, working in the team with their team players, and then also showing them how they would like things done, but not just telling them what to do, but actually showing them how to do it. Some people get really comfortable in their routine. This is the way we've always done it, right? We know this in medicine. This is the way we've always done it. This is the way we're going to do it. I don't want to hear any other ideas. This is the way we're going to do it. And they kind of get rid of people that want to change the status quo. So, but in positive leadership, they take that status quo and they kind of change it, and they listen to other people, other people's views, especially those outside of the institution. They may have different experiences. They use those different experiences to change things for the better. So that's a positive, part of a positive leadership model. So sometimes in the traditional way of leadership, they're externally directed. Things are happening to them, and then they, in turn, respond to those external factors in a way that may not be what their true values are. But in positive leadership, you have true values. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't like to scold people, and to scold those around you would make you just internally unhappy. So in positive leadership, they think of ways to be internally directed. How would I get this person to help me in a way that I feel comfortable? So I'm not going to scold them because that's not how I feel comfortable. Maybe I will positively reinforce everything that they do so that that might make them want to do things in the way in which I envision them. Or we all envision them, right? Because positive leadership is kind of making us all a team, work in a team. So we work in a team for a set goal that we all determine, and I'm in there, I'm working with them, they're working together, and we're all going for the same goal. So it's not self-focused. What's in it for me? So sometimes in the traditional way, I hire people that are going to make me look good, that are going to make me get what I need to get. Maybe I hire people just to do my research and to propel my way of thinking. But in positive leadership, you look at the global team. So you're looking at all members of the team. Maybe I don't need a researcher. Maybe what I really need is a clinician so that everybody can be happy, less work, and so I hire the clinician instead of the researcher, which would make my career enhanced. So we're going to play a game, and this game will help you solve problems, your own problems, in a different way. So we have some cards, and the cards, we'll read them, we'll state the problem, and then read the cards and see which one would be more applicable for your problem. So we'll do this in small groups, and to give everybody a chance to be able to talk about their problems, we'll do 30 seconds deal and look at your cards. 30 seconds, the person to the left of the dealer will state a problem, and then everybody looks at the cards that they have and see which one is best to solve their problem. And then each player reads their card and explains. And don't worry, the facilitators will go first so that we can show you kind of how it's done. And it's really easy. It'll go fast, although last year, if there was one particular problem that we all wanted to talk about, it seemed to go a little bit slower. So you have to sort of we want everybody to be able to state their problem, so we won't spend a lot of time on each problem. Okay, so let's get into small groups of 4, I think, because we have enough facilitators, and we'll go from there. And then we'll come back as a big group and debrief.
All right, well, I'm going to bring the group to order so we can do some close up or wrap up here. I was wondering if anybody wanted to volunteer a little bit about what the experience was like for them and their group, and how did people feel about creating positive solutions. Don't make me pick people I know or I don't know. They're still talking a little bit. Does someone in this back group want to? I can't make my group go. I will next. Does anybody want to say just a couple minutes commentary about their time together?
So again, thanks to this group for engaging. I would like to say that our group has minimum problems, which was nice to begin with. But again, I think that, you know, when we discuss problems, I thought it was really interesting how people were able to look through the cards and say, you know, oh, this one kind of fits. But the cards never exactly fit. They just kind of cue an idea in your mind that then allows you to give something advice-wise or some thoughtful way. So you both, it triggers your thoughts, but then you give your own context and try to bring it to that person's problem. It also, you know, I mentioned this as well. I mean, the cards, depending on how you use them and what forms you find, it's a great way to, as pointed out, make sure that sometimes the quiet people might be more likely to speak because they have a card that's so perfect for that it really will bring them out. And in my case, I said it can shut people up who might dominate the conversation because you're like, there's nothing on your cards. You need to be quiet here. It's not your opinion. It's about the cards. So again, there's a lot of different ways to potentially use them.
Somebody want to, this group over here want to summarize?
Kind of echoing what you said, that it's provides different stimulations or tracks for your brain to look and try to fit it in, and so that increases your creativity. Like I had 5 choices, so that made me think creatively how I could wedge this into that solution. I thought it was good. And then it gave me 4 solutions for my problem that none of them was perfect, but they all added up to greater than it should have been. So it was good.
Thank you. Microphone queen today.
Oh, what?
Ron's almost sitting up.
No, false. I'm awake. Just the same question, kind of what do we talk about?
How did your group feel about it? How did it work?
It seems kind of similar thing. It's a little bit of putting a square peg in a round hole, but I think it ends up, you shave the edges off and it's fine. But I think a lot of what we talked about was how we think about every aspect of our life as a teamwork, as a team, and you sort of being the leader of that team, whether that's sort of in the clinical realm and that team is your nurses, your attendings, your techs, and then you are trying to sort of lead them in a way that helps take good care of your patients, or if it's more in a more diverse professional realm, meaning how do I fix this administrative problem that I'm having or something like that. So really viewing every aspect of it, because you're never doing anything alone, and viewing yourself as a leader in all of those contexts.
So just a little wrap up with all this. I came to the University of Michigan 5 years ago, and I came with a plan of creative solutions. And shortly after being there, Sally Santen and I kept talking about positive leadership and having positive responses to things and how could we make a bigger difference. And so we found other members that were also interested in that very same thing. And Dr. Carney has just demonstrated that in the work that she does within our organization. I'm humbled that she sees value in me. Since I'm not a physician, I'm an administrator where I can provide positive leadership and guidance to faculty and others. And so this is something that can disseminate far beyond just physicians. It can make a difference in very large ways. And I've had the good fortune of many people saying it's nice to have an administrator head sometimes on with some of these problems and not just a physician telling a physician. So this has been rewarding for me. So I consider it creative, positive leadership solutions is what our mission is now.
So Ambrosya is perfect for leading this group because we are a diverse group in our department. So we've got pediatrics, we have adults, we have our clerkships, and it's nice that we all can come together and different leadership styles kind of come together, and we kind of promote positive leadership in our area, in our educational realm. So it's really nice to have Ambrosya with us and demonstrating the positive leadership that she does. And I hope you guys find this very helpful, and please take it back to your departments, because I think it's just a way that we can talk, right? And really try to open up, get people to open up and talk about different problems. I'm sorry, I feel so short sitting down there. Just having people talk about different problems that we're having in an open, authentic way. So thank you guys so much for coming here at this late workshop, and we have extra cards if you want to take them back to your institution. Thanks again.